Hello, hello. I have to kind of talk quietly because my house is asleep. Joe, Joe, are you just going to work? Am I catching you right before work? Hello, Satan. Hello, Hugh. We have some interesting stuff to talk about tonight, or I guess this morning for some of you guys. The Marty stream was wild, and I got to figure out how to talk about that very delicately. Um, Not that like I'm worried about me or anything, because I don't think I like step on anybody's toes, but just I don't know. I have to figure out how we're going to talk about that and word it. But so that happened. But before that, Danny, hello, hello, Mrs. Carlett. Does Joe go to work at 2:30 a.m.? Joe like is always working. So glad you woke up early off till Tuesday. Well, good morning. Thank you for starting it with me. Hello, hello. Okay, Missy Moo is back with another channel, which makes everything that I cover regarding her fair use because she has two channels now and one she publicly showed her face on. So today I noticed I got a lot of like weird comments, right? Somebody told me that I platformed Monty and I platformed Gorlick Bread and now I platformed Marty and like all these people that were like creators before I was. To be honest, like Gorlick Bread rode in on my coattails. He definitely did, but like he had a whole ass platform before that. Monty, I think, was on YouTube before me, and Marty, I'm assuming, was here before me. I haven't platformed any of those people, but anyways, and what else did I get? A lot of comments making fun of my looks. I'm ugly. I'm this. I'm that. But I got this one specific comment, and most of these I was just deleting and blocking because like I don't have time for it. Like whatever, say what you're gonna say, but like it's not gonna be on my channel. Do you know what I mean? So and I deleted like all these comments, but one stayed stuck in my head, and I will show you proof in a second. Not of that comment, but hold on. So one comment told me that they hope to never meet me again. And they made it sound like they knew me. It was like a really creepy comment. But like nobody, if you know me in real life, you wouldn't be harassing me on my YouTube channel. Do you know what I mean? In my real life these days, Sober Breezy is well liked and well loved, and nobody would be doing that. Nobody would. But the comment was super creepy. So, hey, Hurl World, Missy Moo has a new channel. So we just started basically. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I usually talk really loud. It's the Italian in me, but I kind of have to like reel it in tonight. Um, so, anyways, that was a really creepy comment. And then I was told about this one comment. Hold on, I'm going to pull it up on Jessica Muska's page, where this person said that they hoped that they never met them again. It was a whole thing. So let me see if it's still there. Give me 1 second. And if it's not, no worries, because I made it into a video. I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson. I just screen record everything, and if in doubt, you turn it into a video so you can go back and look at it on your own channel. So hold on. I'm just gonna check and make sure it's still there. Anyways, I get this creepy ass comment. I delete it, but I remember what it says, that they hope to never see me again or meet me again. Now let me pull up Jessica's community post and see if it's still there. If it's not, like I said, don't you worry, I got it. But we're just gonna do it this way to start. So Chatty Crafter is the person who left the comment on my page. Well, they're in Jessica Muska's comment section too. Screen recording is the best. Yeah, I've done a lot of that today. Okay, so Chatty Crafter, hopefully you guys can see. Let me get me out of the way. Hello, Seven Lives. Hello, Pink. Hello. Um, let's see. I haven't been online today, so you're out of the YouTube loop. Oh, we're gonna catch you up. Were you here? Did you see the stream from yesterday where Missy Moo is very much back and I proved it was her? She was DMing me, but then she tried to play it off like it was a troll account. But I scrolled up in the convo and I had conversations going back from around March 23rd of when she was on my panel. So, anyways, I proved it was her. She ended up changing her Twitter handle from her Missy Moo to Miss Wig to my daughter's name, and then deactivated her account. So, anyways, Charity Crafter is what I believe to be her new channel. And why do I think so? Because she put a video up on it with a message to gorlworld. So, anyways, Crafter left. I said Chatty Cathy. Not me. Jessica, I say this with as much grace as I can. I would never contact you again after you tried to prove Natter tells the truth about disgusting false accusations by analyzing a frilly tank top. Let's never meet again. That's what she said to me. Let's never meet again. So it's weird, right? I think Jessica has me blocked, so I can't see it, but I did see it. And she says, like, here's an opportunity. Come on my panel at midnight. And Chatty Crafter replies back, not in 1 million years. So if you go to Chatty Crafter's channel, oh, it's deleted. Oh, darn it. Oh, darn it. It looks like I'll just have to go to my own YouTube channel where I uploaded the video with proof. Let me just head on over there. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Okay, let me pull this up. You know, I don't give myself that much credit, but I'm freaking a genius sometimes. I just gotta say. I just gotta say. Oh, Missy Moo, you're so messy. You're so messy. Okay, can you guys see it? So this is a comment that she left on Jessica's channel. I just took a video without talking. And then if you go to the channel, Chatty Crafter, here's a video from Missy Moo. So let's go on. The channel was created November 24th, 2023. What do you know? What do you know? November 24th, 2023. Are you guys ready to hear her video test? It should play in a second. Okay, there's Missy Moo in all her glory. She makes fun of me wearing hats, but there she is with her little pom beanie. And just to let you know, Missy Moo, just because you deleted it doesn't mean it's not there. I have everything. I have your threats of striking down my channel because you're not a content creator. You uploaded this video with your real face and you talking. You are officially a content creator. Fair use, biatch.
Dear gorlworld, in the end of August, I came on a blubbering fool talking about an account that was hacked, my AdSense account, my Google AdSense account that was attached to my monetized YouTube channel, my Twitter, and my Instagram, and of course, the email address. In August, I let everybody know this. gorlworld, let's never meet again. And
I can only hope to the good Lord above I never have to see you again. Nobody invited you back. Nobody wants you here. Please promise me we will never meet again. Please promise me. Nobody wanted you back except for Jessica Mazika. I promise you that's the only one. And she only wants you back to make you her content. She wanted your doll you made for content, to laugh at you.
and P.S. If you don't have a voice and a face to put to a receipt, you just have a mass jumble of words.
All right, I'm going to replay her little BS and let's talk about it. Let's reminisce. Do you remember when she doxed? Was it PI or T and Sass? Allegedly, because she still denies it. Let's just play her words and address things one by one. Missy Moot, just to let you know, I may sound like a valley girl, and sometimes I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but when I'm determined, you should be very scared of me because I am keeping receipts on all the BS you do, and I will cover every new platform you talk to us on or reach out to me on. I will. You're not going to get away with it this time. You're not going to get away with what you did before. So, God, this seems like a long video. I keep going back, and she's still on my screen in all her glory and quite the outfit.
In the end
Oh,
of
wait.
August, I came on a blubbering fool talking about an account that was hacked, my AdSense account, my Google AdSense account that was attacked.
Can I ask why you're the only person? Hacking happens all the time, but like your hacking is awfully convenient, I must say. When you got in trouble and you got caught for doxing somebody, you were miraculously hacked. It couldn't have been you, right? Whoever hacked you really just knew to come after PI and T and SAS. They hacked your account and saw your history and they were like, this person seems like a nice person that I hacked. So I'm going to attack the same people that they happen to not like. Then, lo and behold, when you DM me out of the blue with your usual BS, you're suddenly hacked again. They just knew to come to Breezy and threaten me to strike down my channel and saying that I'm going to get back exactly what I gave out, basically. You worded it a little bit fancier, but I got the general idea. I got the general idea. And then they boasted about your family's church and how amazing your parents are, but you were hacked. These hackers, I mean, it's awfully convenient. And they all just happen to decide you're a wonderful woman and they need to defend your honor. Silly me. I thought when people hacked, it's because they don't really give a shit about who they're messing with. And, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. What did Joe say? Reminder to use two-factor authentic. Oh, yes, definitely. Okay.
Attached to my monetized YouTube channel, my Twitter, and my Instagram, and of course, the email address.
Her email address, by the way, has already been deactivated today. Well, it's still today for me. For you guys, it might be yesterday. It was proven. I forgot who told me by now, but I believe them that her Gmail account that she would message people from, that like she showed in the DMs when I had to prove it was actually her messaging me, it was on there and it's already deactivated. Hmm. This is really interesting. I don't know if you were probably making not very much money if you had Google AdSense, but like wouldn't you have paid more attention to that or worried a little bit sooner if you thought it was hacked? I don't know. For me, I get a login every time. I even mess up on my own password to my Google account. They'll send me an email like, "Hey, was this you?" So I find it really hard to believe that the hackers just go after whoever you don't like and they happen to know every detail of your life, my life, whoever's life. But okay, but you had no idea this was happening. So I guess Gmail and Google just send me messages when anything looks suspicious, but they don't send it to Missy Mo. Okay, got it.
In August, I let everybody know this.
Nobody believes you because you're psycho. You faked your own death online.
Gorlworld, let's never meet again. And P.S. If you don't have a voice and a face to put to a receipt, you just have a mass jumble of words.
I have your words. I have your words. And I have you talking shit about people. I have your words talking about your personal life. Remember, you're called Little Moo. Your best friend is called, what is it? Big Moo? Mooey Moo? Another Moo? The more saner Moo? I don't know. Um, I have proof it's you. And again, please don't act like you're this victim and everybody's just summoning you. You reached out to me. To me. Hi, yeah, that was you. She's so psycho. She is not normal. I am telling you. Like, you can't sit at our table. We don't want you to sit with us. Like, please go away. Don't message me anymore. Don't use my daughter's name for your accounts. It's weird. It's creepy. And Missy Moo, can I be honest with you for a second? Because I know you're watching. Let me just be honest with you. I said a song in your parents' church in a public live stream was too long. That didn't give your parents bad publicity. What you were doing, acting insane and then hiding behind their church, is giving them bad attention. Do you understand that? Everything they worked so hard for to build a community, whatever, a safe place for people to worship. And you're doing all this? I know they run food banks, everything else, and this is what you're doing. And you say, oh, you can't come for me because my parents own a church. What you're doing is so much worse. Again, you are giving them the bad, the most negative attention. Everybody's going to look you up. Everything is on the internet. I know that because you were so easily able to find my info and give it out to the world, and T and SAS and PIs. I have to say allegedly again because she denies it all, but you're giving them such a bad rap. Do you realize that? Do you realize at any given time somebody from your community or that knows your parents can stumble upon one of our channels and see everything you're doing? It's crazy to me. Hey, Aaron, Missy Moo, Missy Moo, Missy Moo. It's Messy Moo now. She's no longer Minnie, or what did I, not Minnie Manson, Missy Manson. She is Messy Moo now. Is Mandy here? Sorry, you guys. I'm kind of distracted. Let me see. Do we need to go back to her crying to Marty because she's a Darlie? Oh my gosh, are those clips out there? Maybe we should do like a revisit of how everything went down. She was crying, she had to apologize. If you guys didn't know, this was like Foodie Beauty's bestie. And then when Foodie Beauty got fake married, Missy Moo got like all weird and then went on this mission to like expose her and expose him. And I don't know, her attitude towards Foodie changed. They started fighting, but like now who knows how real that was. Do you know what I mean? So then she had wanted to come on my channel too. So she was nasty to me before, like absolutely nasty. She came for me left and right. But then she pretended to be this changed person who finally saw the light about Foodie Beauty and she wanted to right her wrongs in the community. And I mean, I showed most of what she said yesterday where she was saying, I just want, what was it? A second chance or whatever. I don't know. It's on there. You'll have to go back to this stream, and I'm too tired to think of exactly what it said. But anyway, she wanted a second chance with people. I do know that she wanted to right her wrong. She wanted to be seen in a different light. And I had her on my channel, and she BS the whole way through the thing. She BS the whole way through it. Not long after she was on, she went back to harassing me, targeting me. Um, there were so many sock accounts made with my daughter's photo, and I now think a lot of it was her. Do I still think it was certain people and Foodie had a part to play, and that one Ghostface gamer that she always gets involved, or like actually she doesn't get him involved. He does everything on his own, like in her name. But like I know one account for a fact was proven to be Foodie. Um, but now I believe Missy Moo was a lot of those sock accounts. She's crazy. She got mad at me yesterday and started using my daughter's name in her Twitter handle. They fought for a couple of weeks and kissed and made up. I think they're talking again. I look back and I'm wondering if they ever really stopped talking because now on Missy Moo's other new channel that we found, hold on, let me see if I can find it. If you guys weren't here earlier, I want to show you Missy Moo's other channel. I hope it's still in my history. If it's not, believe me, I have a way to get it. I have a way. Let me look it up for a second. Anyway, she has this channel, and it's definitely not content I would think that would be on hers, but I think she's doing it to like get in good with Foodie, or I don't know. Maybe she didn't think I would find out that was her channel. I'm not sure what the whole thing about that is. Let me pull it up. So, and we know this is her channel because her Twitter handle, before she changed it to Miss Wig, and then a name she doesn't need to be using, because like my daughter truly has nothing to do with this. And Missy Moo, you apologize. Let me say this. You apologize to my daughter. Remember that video I put out of you apologizing to her? Why do you keep torturing, like not torturing her, but why do you keep targeting her? It doesn't make sense to me. I thought you were so sorry. Would you want somebody putting your kids' names in their Twitter handle? No, right? Because like they have nothing to do with this other than what you dragged them into. It's not right. So this is her channel, the mirror image, and this is the content she has up on it. Like a force. Like, would you think this would be just something on Missy Moo from Canada who doesn't dress like that or isn't of that faith or culture or religion? Do you know what I mean? Like, why? I don't understand it. Like, she's a crafter. She likes clothing hauls for those curtains that she likes to wear. But like it's weird. It's not weird content. It's just odd for her to put on her channel, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. You draw near, you won't see it coming. Bang, bang, I'm in motion. Okay, so that's that. Let me see. Side note, that movie isn't too bad. Really? Now I want to watch it. So she's still in content. Remember how she used to make community posts defending Foodie Beauty and how channels were like stealing Foodie's content? Isn't this considered stealing content? Hey Danny, by the way, I don't know if I said hi to you. It's like it's not weird, but it's odd for her. Oh, never mind, different movie. Okay. I don't know. Whatever it is, they're all dressed beautifully, like they are, but it's just odd for her. It's just odd for her. I'm not sure what she's trying to pull or like what target audience she's going for. If she's trying to like rebrand, but we all know this is you. So your Twitter name with your real photo that said Missy Moo was the mirror image, and you also had this linked in your bio. And I know like a lot of creators, I don't know, like if you go to my Twitter right now, for example, like my YouTube is there, right? So anybody can click on my Twitter. I should change it to Twitch at this point, but whatever, it's there. It's there. Um, so it's meant for you to like show off to other people. So when they click on your profile, they're like, oh, they're a creator. Oh, they do this. Hey, I really like their tweets. Maybe I should check out their channel. Do you know what I mean? So the mirror image just happens to have another YouTube channel named the mirror image and they're not related and she just decided to put it in her description or bio. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. More about this channel. Let's see when it was created. November 19th. She really likes the month of November. Everything with her is created in November, it seems like. Yeah, it's Missy Moo. It's Missy Moo. I don't know. So I guess we'll stay tuned and if she contacts me at all, if I find a comment that's weird is hers and I end up finding her channel and her videos, I will definitely be covering it. Steals food from the church. I don't know. I don't know. It just, you know what? People like her is what makes me stay far, far away from religion, if that makes sense. Like, it's just, it's wild to me. Somebody who could be so involved in a church and it's just wild to me. I don't know how somebody turns out like that. I don't know. Like, it's not like she's just made like a few mistakes and she's sorry. Like, this woman is not normal or okay or right in her head. Missy Moo wanted a platform and without exposing talking about foodie. Hold on, your comment went up on StreamYards. Missy Moo wanted a platform, and without exposing slash talking about foodie, no one watched because foodie slash Salah has something on her like Nads did. I don't think she has much on foodie, but I think they have shit on her. Because when she had the golden opportunity to spill, if you guys watch my channel then, like she didn't say shit we didn't already know. Do you know what I mean? Like she did, it was just like a waste of time. It was just her having a moment. And then shortly after that, she was promising left and right she was going to drop receipts on her channel. She was going to go on another channel and drop receipts. She supposedly had all these receipts. Nothing ever got dropped. So either she doesn't know anything or she's afraid of what they have on her. Do you know what I mean? Yes, I did. And it was boring. Right. Like, we didn't get, I got so much shit for that interview too. It was like, you weren't pressing her. You didn't ask enough questions. Like, why was I going to waste my breath? Like, I knew I wasn't going to get any truth from her from the first couple minutes. Like, I knew it was just going to, but she was already there. What was I supposed to do? Like, kick her off? I guess I should have. Looking back, I wish that I would have and just said, like, you're wasting my time. You're wasting everybody's time. Like, get lost. But I think part of me was still believing she was going to be a nice, changed person. And I learned my lesson. Every time I've ever given somebody a second chance or ignored red flags, just in general, around our community, on YouTube, like it always bites me in the mother effing ass. Always. I believed Yo Mama, who was laying it on so thick that he was going to help share my story. And the second, you know, I really like he really effed up in several ways. Like I could have spilled everything on a certain somebody. I could have spilled everything and showed what receipts I had, which is a lot. Looking back, I now realize I had way more than I thought because they come up in memories, everything else. Like at least for me, Google Photos, I get memories all the time now. Or in general, not now, but I realized I have way more than I thought. But like he had a golden opportunity for me to spill I would have said it all. I would have said it all because I wanted to be heard so badly because this person is still in this community and shit if people knew some of the if you knew but anyways he's still there with a lot of female subscribers and stuff like that and yo mama effed it up. Yo mama effed it up. And now like I don't really trust like anybody else with my story in that way. I'm waiting till I have to say what I know. I'm waiting because the day's gonna come. Because every once in a while he gets a little sloppy and tries to like shade me in videos or whatever. Not that long ago, he gave me a little lecture about in his video, and it's so funny. It's so because shit gets sent to me all the time, but it's so funny. And he was like trying to lecture me on or people who got recently demonetized on their responsibility as a creator, having a platform, the responsibility that comes with uploading. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I have a lot to say about that. But anyways, I'm waiting till I absolutely have to. But and then like people have been screaming at me in the comment section like you need to show receipts on Yo Mama. Yo Mama's going to take him his own self down. Yo Mama's going to do that. All the proof of everything I've said is on his channel. Everything. It's still up. If you really want to know, in the meantime, go look. But that guy's going to take his own self down. He joked around how he can drive under the influence as long as it's not alcohol because weed's not illegal and the cops can't do shit. He recently admitted he has a quote. Like the guy's going to take himself down. I don't need to do shit, but I'm ready for when it happens to cover it. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. He's a different story for a different day. Yeah. And when he makes his bed, I tell all, yeah, a tell all, maybe. Boy, do I have a story to tell. Maybe you know what? I've always wanted to write a book on my experience with addiction, but I think a part two, or not a part two, but I think another fun book would be like the crazy shit I've had to deal with on YouTube. Like you would be entertained for days. I overshare a lot. There's some stuff I don't share, but like you, you would be entertained for days, maybe even a year. Maybe, I should just do that. The shit I have, the crazies, the fake ass using men, everything else. Well, there's only one, but that I know of. Um, exactly that. But like the Missy Moo thing, it's almost like this is why I don't put the same energy into Yo Mama as I am Missy Moo, to be honest. Yo Mama is going to take him own self down. Missy Moo reinvents herself, she rebrands, she tries to blend in places, and then she'll end up outing herself, you know. She's sneaky. Like she's sneaky. I think Yo Mama's too dumb to be like he's not as sneaky as Missy Moo. Do you know what I mean? So like you have to catch her shit. You have to, or else she does the whole it wasn't me, I was hacked, I was hacked, no, it was a troll, it wasn't me. So like you have to have everything ready for her, from her, you just do. A podcast, oh, that would be, you know what, and I still really want to do that. I still really do. By the way, if you're on Patreon, I keep something keeps happening where I can't go look at freaking Christmas lights. But we're supposed to go, I guess what's technically tonight. So please don't give up on me on Patreon. The Christmas lights is coming. It's coming. A sequel, and I could put a little blurbs. Oh, Hugh, I would love to have you on my podcast. I would love to. The stuff we can tell. And like we've confirmed our stories, like stuff that like nobody else would know unless he's told it to you. We've like confirmed with you. It's crazy. It's insane. It's insane. She's the worst gaslighter too. She is. Her go-to is always she was hacked. It wasn't her. It was a troll. That's what she does. And she will make everybody think that, you know what I mean? She's just sneaky and she'll do it under like 20 different sock accounts allegedly. But like she'll be like, oh, that's a troll. Oh, Breezy's lying. Oh, did it, like I've caught her in so many things. I just need to be able to click on some accounts and I can catch her in more. But the math is completely mathing. It is. Being on a podcast is on my bucket list. When I finally get mine going, Mandy, would you like to be on my podcast one day? Would you like to? I hate how Missy Moo can fake cry and squawk like a baby and people feel bad. Yeah. Well, I think everybody in her real life, they just know how she is and how she'll carry on until like you give her her way. So they probably just don't want to deal with her. But like everybody else, like she had Jessica Muska convinced that Marty was doing all this horrible stuff to her. Like Jessica Muska was sticking up for Missy Moo and saying people are sending her death threats. You know, people are saying they're going to threaten her or unalive her dogs, like, or poison her dogs. Like she was sticking up for Missy Moo. Lo and behold, Missy Moo ends up apologizing to Marty for all of the lies. Nobody was trying to threaten or trying to hurt her dogs. Nobody was going to unalive her. Do you know what I mean? But that's what she does. If you watch the shorts, actually, maybe I'll put them back up on my channel. I did private them, but there's videos of her crying in hysterics, hyperventilating. Actually, will somebody remind me tomorrow and I'll put them up temporarily? Um, Carrying on everything else, and she's a good actress. If you don't know how evil and manipulative like she is, you would fall for it. You would fall for it. Looking goofy per usual. Exactly. I mean, of course I do. I just always wanted to create an episode and record one. Maybe I would be your stepping stone. And once people like heard you or like heard your work or anything on the podcast, maybe that'll open more doors for you. Not that like I'm a huge creator or anything, like, but I don't know. You never know. You never know. Sometimes it just takes being in the right place at the right time and a person tuning in looking for their next producer or creator or whatever. You just never know. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for showing your biddies. Oh my gosh. Thank you. What I don't get is Missy Moo isn't even that important. Why would anyone go after her like that? What do you mean? Like, oh, you mean the lies? Like, why would anybody? Well, she was effing around and being too messy. Like, she's very much like Jessica Muska, involving herself into places she shouldn't be, meddling, getting involved, and she was doing too much. She was doing way too much. Do you guys remember when she crocheted the Marty wig, or she knitted the Marty wig? And she, for a short period of time, I forget if it was like 1 to 3 days, she was pretending to be Music Biz Marty. And she was like, she even shared like a Cash App and all this stuff. And she was taking pictures and like the beard that she knitted or crocheted to look like Marty. Like, no joke. No joke. Thank you, Lisa. I really appreciate you. You didn't know about that? it all went down so fast. So when Marty and his community started covering her and everything, she literally went batshit insane. Like she went from hyperventilating, crying, saying people were trying to poison her dogs. She even had this elaborate story. People left treats out and it said, "Here, doggy doggy," or something like that. And then she was saying people were driving by her house, people were trying to come or get her. Like, and then she started doing all these videos. She did a video calling the police on Marty, and she even told the police department, like, if they didn't do something, she was going to make a big scene and go to the news. Literally, she said, "Well, what are you guys going to do? Because I have no problem going to the news. Like the news is going to care. Seriously, with everything going on in the world, they're going to care about, like, no offense, but like Missy Moo and Music Biz Marty, like, there's much more. There's huge events happening. There's wars. There's people dying every day. Like, do you know what I mean? There's so much worse stuff going on than Missy Moo having a breakdown on the internet. But yeah, she was going to go to the news. And then she created a channel, or she didn't create it. I think she rebranded her channel from Missy Moo to it was the new Music Biz Marty channel. And she crocheted a beard or knitted it, however you do it, because I don't do either of them. But she made a beard and she put it on and like a hoodie and she made it her profile picture. And then she was pretending to be like Music Biz Marty. So if somebody just happened to hear about him and was like searching him up, they might find her channel. It was absolutely insane. It was absolutely insane. Um, it turned out, apparently, proof is out there, but it was unable to be shown. And I don't know if this is true or not, but I believe the proof is out there. So that's what I'm going to say about that. She also sent Natter very personal photos of herself. She did. Yeah, she pretended to off herself. She faked her own death. Um yeah, like this woman is not normal. But you can't say anything about her because her parents run a very well established church. So you can't say anything about her. You can't make content on her or anything because that's her protection. The beard, it was crazy, Mandy. It was I think I even still have a photo somewhere. I'll share it in Discord. I'll share it in Discord. Somebody remind me, please, and I'll share it in Discord. Yeah, that was quite the time to be around. Baby dolls, birds, a zoo and home, husband slash kids, knitting. She's running out of options. These women and being weird for Natter and Yo Mama, I will never understand it. I will never understand it. I can't. Okay, so the Marty stream tonight. Um, it was a lot. I don't know if I'm gonna read everything word for word, or do you guys just want a summary? I'll try and do a summary if I see I need my notes because I forget half the shit if I don't write it down. Hold on. I'll refer to it if I need help. So apparently the boys' night out didn't happen again. But Leslie and Crystal went on a panel and on some another content creator's channel. I'm just going to be really raw and say this. I knew when I saw it going down that it probably wasn't going to be a good idea. I knew it. That's why I didn't go to it and I didn't chat in there. I think I'm struggling with how to word this. I think in general, it's good to not step on other people's toes or like meddle or mess up anything like potentially happening, right? Um, well, I don't think the content creator, well, I don't think the intentions were to ruin anything. I think it could be looked at that way, right? Especially Marty's been covering them. We all know, like those are Marty, like he discovered them. If I'm even covering them when he goes live, like I send people over because like I don't want to step on toes. I didn't find them. I don't have any sort of like relationship, whether financial, whatever. I don't have anything with them, right? Like I haven't done my research on them. I don't talk to them on the phone. Like they're not my people to cover like that. Do you know what I mean? Um, I react to them sometimes, but like they're not my I didn't find them. I didn't find them. Am I doing good? Okay. I'm trying to be very delicate about this. I'm trying to be very delicate about this. Um, it's just not good to meddle in general. It's just not good. Learn from what Jessica Meska is doing. She meddles in everything and it ends up biting her in the ass, right? In one way or another. Like, I just think it's good not to meddle with certain things. So the conversation turned from Crystal and Leslie to it being pointed out that Crystal and Leslie were on this panel. Marty didn't know about it, he wasn't aware about it. So he turns it on. And it's Crystal and Leslie snitching on Marty to a certain content creator, right? So it's already looking really bad. It just is. So I'm going from both perspectives, you guys, okay? I'm just going from both perspectives. Well, I don't think this content creator's intentions were to ruin anything that's going on. I think it looks like meddling when the two people you're covering are snitching on you to another creator. Do you know what I mean? And it was like, he's making us drink, he's doing this, he's doing that. It looked bad all around. It did. Um, yeah, he said, we do not send them money or talk to about them off these platforms and covering Marty's coverage. All credit to Music Biz Marty. I don't know. Yes, all credit. I wasn't saying I don't know to that. We, I'm so worried right now on how to word this. Um, and stick to like the truth because I don't want to say things didn't happen. I don't want to ah, it's such a delicate freaking situation. Um I just think it would be a good idea if you're listening to me right now and you're thinking about having them on panel or making them your main content or anything like that. I just don't think it's a good idea. I think it's from what it seems like it's okay to react to them, right? It seems like it's okay to do notes or clips, but I don't think like having them on panels is a good idea, especially if they're snitching on the person who's like built this whole relationship with them, right? Like Marty's worked really hard on everything, and to work on a friendship with Leslie because ultimately the goal is, at least for me, I'll speak for myself. I would love to see Leslie leave Crystal's ass and thrive in life. I would love to see him learn how to read. I would love to see him get like a little side job where he builds confidence. And I would love to see that. I think he's a very beaten down person. And I think he's so used to being told he can't do anything. So he truly thinks he can't do anything. Um, and I know Marty really wants Leslie to succeed as well, right? We've all watched the streams. We all know. Like, he's really rooting for Marty. So um, it's just a shitty thing. So I'm going to say this. Um, it sounds like if the person doesn't stop meddling, like it could not be a good situation. So hopefully they don't do that again. Do you know what I mean? But I want to say again too, I don't think the intentions were to ruin anything, but I think there could definitely be lapses in judgment, or sometimes we get too comfortable and we don't think about other things, if that makes sense. So it's just a shitty situation in general. It's just a shitty situation. Um, and I want to say too, I noticed somebody specifically from Jessica Messica's chat really started an uproar. What was her name? Tiffany Taboo, saying like, "Oh, you need to check out Monty." Oh shit, I just said the name. Whatever. We all know who I'm talking about. Oh, you need to check him out. Like, he has a thread on Kiwi Farms, like spamming the chat over and over and over, and eventually other people, yeah, Monty sucks, da 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 da. Um, but they're often in Jessica's chat, and I really think that maybe that person had bad intentions. I don't think that. This really sucks, you guys. This just really sucks. It really sucks. I think either way, it would have gone just as horribly, if you know what I mean, if you were there and if you were listening. Um, it wasn't a horrible stream. I am a huge fan of Music Biz Marty. I am. I am. Do I agree with everything he does and says? No, I don't really agree with I don't agree with everything everybody does and says. I don't. But I watch his streams and I'd be stupid to be like, oh, I don't condone. Like I'm sitting there watching it. I'm sitting there watching it. So while I don't agree with everything and condone it, I'm also not going to sit on my high horse and act like I'm not sitting there watching every night if I'm able to. I'm there. I'm there. I watch his content. It's always usually a good time unless Cyrax is on, then it's a horrible time for me and I leave. But I don't know. It's just crazy. It's just a crazy situation. Breezy, you're doing great. I'm really trying, Aaron. Like I wrote notes and everything and but I don't want it to seem like I'm like gloating about what went down or happening. Like I'm very much aware that somebody probably didn't really mean for it to go all this bad and this wrong. So like I don't want to read everything word for word as far as that part goes. And I know this is gonna get spun into like, oh, Breezy just loves Monty because Jessica Muska's team is already like running with that. Like I'm not in every single Monty live stream. I'm there when he covers Your Mom and Jessica Muska. I am. I am. Because he calls them out. So I watch the Jessica Messica coverage and the Yo Mama coverage. I do. Um, but do I agree with everything Monty says and does? No, I do not. And I don't think this was a good idea. I just don't. Um, and I knew it when I saw it. I just felt it. I don't know. I just felt it. Just let reporter Breezy out. Do you want me to read them? I stopped taking notes at one point because I just couldn't be there anymore. Okay. Let's just no one in the crew is talking slash dating Monty over here, just saying. I'm sure he's a very nice guy, but I am not interested in Monty. I'm not interested in anybody. I'm not. I hate to break burst people's bubbles who really think I'm out there like hitting every man up in the DMs like Messica does. I'm not interested in dating anybody. Not Marty, not Monty, not anybody. Like those are the usual rumors that fly. I'm sure they're very nice people. Hope they're living their best dating life, but like I'm not interested like that in anybody. In anybody. Unless you are Maud's son or Dave Matthews and you wind up on my porch. I'm just not interested. I'm not interested. Okay. I don't have a chance. Joe, you are married to a wonderful, wonderful woman. I like both creators and agree it was an intentional, just curiosity and entertainment is my guess. Yeah, I think sometimes like we can get caught up in like, oh, this would be great for views. As a content creator, you always want you obviously want views, right? You're not like uploading it for nobody to see and for no reason. Like you're uploading hoping people see it. So I think sometimes it's easy to get blinded by the views or wanting to be the first to report something. Like that's a big thing because in girl world, if you're not the first to put like something up, like you may as well forget it, it seems, unless you're like FFG or Yaba. If you're a creator like me or Monty or somebody around those views, um, if you're not the first to get it up, like your views drop significantly, or you don't really get as much as you would if you're the first one to be like, hey, um, I've even not been proud of sometimes. Like you know what? I'm gonna have a moment of honesty. I privated a stream the other day on here, um, because I got so caught up in wanting to show people who Ariel really is. Because all these people who've effed with me, I get told I'm the one doing it, or this isn't really happening, or and so when I see something that like validates or like vindicates my experience or what I've been saying or whatever, like I want to talk about it, right? Like all these people, Ariel is part of a community that says I'm still using and drinking and da 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 da. Meanwhile, she's got a whole ass habit of her own, and that's all I'm going to say on that. Um, and the shit that got exposed, I wanted to cover it so badly. And then after I did it, I was like, you know what? I don't want to be like her. I don't want to be like her. I don't want to cover Anthony's stuff because I don't want to be like Ariel. And it wasn't my proudest moment. Do I still feel bad? No, because she'd do it to me in a second. But like I didn't feel proud of that. Do you know what I mean? That's not something I want to keep doing. Like I remember in my addiction, I hated sober people. I hated them with a passion. And it was because I was so miserable. And like I thought that what they had was so unattainable. So I wanted to find problems with them. I wanted to look, oh, I hate them. Like, I hate them. These sober ass people are so judgmental. Like, I was one of those people, right? And it's really like sober people can just call it out. They see shit from a mile away. But I was like her. I was like her. And I don't know. I think she's living her own I don't want to say karma because like I don't know that like it's not karma, but I think she's miserable all on her own right now, and I don't need to cover it. Do you know what I mean? Uh, I don't know if any of this makes sense. I don't know if any of this makes sense. Girls still act like that towards me, and I have to explain that what I have isn't stuff you get in a month or a year or 5 years. Yeah, I always thought that too. That was like the biggest thing. I thought everybody in sobriety was like judging me. And it was no, people told me, hey, with your behavior, you're going to be out drinking. Hey, your behavior right now, you don't seem like a sober person. And I hated that. And I always thought it was judgy, but it was like, no, these people know because they've been there, done that. And I didn't realize it at the time. And I guess now when I call shit out and I'm like, you know, been there, done that. You really can't lie to me. You can't fool me. Like, I was the liar. I was this. I was the schemer, the scammer, the person who said I was sober when I really wasn't before. Do you know what I mean? Um, I just know it. And so when I call it out, it comes off as so judgmental to some people. But like, really, like, I'm 40 years old. Like, I wasn't born yesterday. I've lied a time or two in addiction. Like, apparently, you're the biggest judger or all judging. The only person I actively judge is, well, there's two, Missy Moo, Jessica Mesca, and Yo Mama, depending on the day. But that's really it. Like, MFW, I think, has this big thing. I'm like, I'm still sitting here judging her. I know she still hates me. I actually stopped covering her because I feel bad for her. And I recognize how bad alcohol addiction is. I don't excuse her racist remarks. Let me be very clear about that. I don't feel bad for her getting hate over that because she knows it's not okay to say. However, she feels the way she feels and still uses words she shouldn't say. And it's disgusting. But I feel bad for the addiction part in her because I know how bad alcohol addiction really is. Like, it's brutal. It's brutal. It's some of the worst shit you will ever go through in your life. It's just awful. It takes everything from you. It's painful. It's not fun. And like I don't envy her. So like I stopped covering her. I feel like before I got a little petty sometimes because she was a huge bitch to me. But like I don't want to I would be really sad if I found out something happened to her because of alcohol. I'll be very honest about that. Like I would feel so bad. And like I just don't want to cover her anymore because I don't feel like if she keeps going at the rate she's going, which I don't know if she stopped because apparently she had like a tummy tuck or something. But if she hasn't stopped, I don't see her having many more years of living like this. Do you know what I mean? I hope this live isn't bringing anybody down. I'm sorry. Like I think late at night when like the house is quiet and I don't know, it's dark, it's just calm, like I become more unfiltered and like raw, I guess you could say. Maybe it's like deep thoughts at freaking almost 1 a.m. with Breezy. I don't know, but I hope I'm not bringing anybody down. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not sad right now. I don't know. I guess I just feel like talking. I don't know. Sorry, you guys. I don't know. I never want to be that person like where you come to my live stream and like you leave like depressed. Like I don't want to be that person. But like sometimes life isn't all fun and games and not everything's a joke. Like real shit comes up, real issues happen. This is my favorite time to pick your brain. Now might be that time to ask anything you've ever dreamt of asking Breezy. It's late. I can talk. Um, Okay, so I'll read some of the Marty notes, and then if it gets to, you know what? Do you guys want Marty notes? We don't have to. We can just talk for a little bit longer if you guys want to. We could just talk. I am kind of down for that. I don't know. I could do either. Real life happens. It does. It really does. Happens 24/7. Real life happens 24/7. Life is crazy. Life is just crazy. There's more I want to say, but I have to think if it's something that when I wake up tomorrow, I'll still be fine saying. I don't know. I'll say this. I would be fine with this because it's nothing bad. It's so weird. Like in my addiction, all of my relationships ended, right? Like because of my behavior or my actions. I had like really good, I was in a couple like really good relationships and I fucked them away. I did because I couldn't put down the bottle. And then it's weird when I was with baby daddy, like I couldn't picture my life without him when I was with him. Like the thought of, I'm saying this for a reason, the thought of not being with him even 24 hours, like physically hurt me. Like that's how much I thought I needed him. And it's just weird now. Like in sobriety, so many people have come back into my life, like wanting to give me the second chance now that I'm sober. And I can count at least five. Mind you, I'm 40, so please don't make this been like Breezy's a big hoe. Like, no, I've been dating since I was, well, technically I was allowed to start dating when I was 16, but not really. Do you know what I mean? Like supervised dating or like the roller rink, like, but like, so we'll just say from 18, really, really dating, like getting to go out on my own dates, if that makes sense. Like I wasn't in like a Mormon family. I didn't have to have a chaperone. I guess I shouldn't word it as that. Like I had a sister that was 2 years older that like would come hang out or like, do you know what I mean? So I made it sound like I was like a Duggar or something. And like, no offense if you're that religion. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sound it that bad or that way, but like I didn't need like somebody to physically sit with me and like watch over me. It was just like I always had somebody around. So like I've been dating since I was 18, we'll say officially, and like I'm 40 now. Okay. I've dated a few times, I've been in a few relationships. So but it's weird. So like at least five people have come back into my life like wanting to date again. And temporarily for like a little while, I tried dating baby daddy again. And I thought it was what I really wanted again. I thought, sorry if I'm like ignoring anybody, sorry. um, I thought it was what I really wanted again. And I thought, like, I finally have it. Like, I have my family back together, you know? And it turned out not being at all what I thought it was going to be. And I realized, like, I don't really need anybody like that. And it's weird how things change. How, like, before I couldn't picture 24 hours without him. And like when we ended, it was like the worst thing in the world. Like, cause we ended, I signed over temporary rights to him until I got my shit together, but I truly lost everything. Like in one day, I lost our apartment. I lost my rights temporarily. I lost baby daddy. I lost everything, like everything I had built. And yeah, so it's just crazy how things change. And then like I know your mom is going to cover this, but whatever, have at it. Like, I love this man to death. Not your mama. I love baby daddy. I respect him. I think he is an incredible person to be able to change his whole life around. Like, he had a really crazy life. Um, running the streets of LA, having certain like affiliations in and out of prison, and he truly got like reformed like his last time there. And now over this summer, what was it, 17 years clean and sober? Like that's amazing, right? That's amazing. And like I respect him, and I respect I love him, but like I don't love him like that, if you know what I mean. And so he's been trying to come around lately, and I struggle with setting I'm making this sound like much more than it is, but like wanting to see me, I guess I should say, outside of like pick up, drop off, exchange, stuff like that, outside of that. And like, I wish I felt the way I used to. I just don't. I just don't. I think I had such unhealthy like attachments before. Um, because like some of you guys know, like my bio dad was a whole thing, but like not in my life. I found out he died very recently, and I was really sad. I felt like abandoned, rejected, and I think I've always carried that little bit with me through my whole life, like him not showing up for me. I think I had like rejection issues and abandonment issues, and so I had these unhealthy attachments, and thinking I really needed the person or somebody just to say they love me. Basically, I almost felt like a foodie beauty before, but like I'm not like that now because like I can stand on my own 2 feet and I don't need anybody. But it's just weird how things change, is I guess what I'm trying to say. He's a good man, but he's so set in his ways. Like you know, Aaron. He's older than me, a lot older than me. So I think that plays a part too. I think that plays a part. He's very set in his ways. Very. And while he was able to change things, like, he hasn't had a drink or drugs for 17 years and he won't even take a Tylenol, aspirin, nothing, won't even take a Benadryl. So he can change certain things. He definitely can. But I think other ways he's very set in. He's very set in. And like, I don't want to do the kind of dating where you have to see somebody every day. I just don't feel like it. I really don't. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. And that tells me a lot in itself. Like, because if you want to date somebody or be with them again, right, you like want to go out and have to see. I don't want to see anybody. I want to see my family. I want to see, obviously, my daughter, my dogs, wave hi to people I'm passing on the street on my scooter. But like, I don't want to really have plans with anybody every single Friday or Saturday or Sunday and Tuesday if we have time. Like, I just don't want to. I don't know. And I don't think I'm like broken. I don't think it's bad. And I don't feel bad that like I'm single. I just don't want any of that. Like, I just don't. I don't know how else to describe it. I just don't. I feel really good at 40, not needing a man or woman or any of that. Like, I don't need somebody else to tell me they love me or validate me because, like, I love myself. I love myself. Like, I don't care if I hear it from anybody. Well, I want to hear it from my daughter, but in general, anybody else, like, I don't care if I ever hear it from a partner again, like, because I love myself. I don't know. Does any of this make sense? Joe said, yes, our old farts are set in our ways. He's definitely older. He's definitely older. But in his defense, man, he does not have an older body. I will tell you that much because that man pulls an anchor and works on a boat practically 24/7 until he like gets a few days off or a week or whatever. But like he gets so much like physical activity with his job. Like he's got muscles and amazing body. He's really funny when he wants to be. He raps really well. He really does. But I don't know. I don't know. It's just I never felt like the age difference mattered before. I don't even know if it does. Like, I never really felt it before, but I feel it now. I guess because we're trying this whole, or he's trying this whole thing again while I'm sober. Like, I notice it now. Like, not everything makes me grumpy or mad or like, and not everything has to be an issue. I don't know. I feel it now. I feel it now. He's very fit. He really is. He's got a really nice physique. He does. But he's grumpy and set in his ways. His relationship with your family is beautiful. Thank you. It is really nice. It is really nice. He was over for Thanksgiving, hung out with my family. He gets along really well with them. And I adore his family. I adore his family. I have never met greater people in my life. How do I say this? Because people are going to laugh at me being like, I don't know how else to. I have never been so seen and heard by people in my life until I met his family who just accepted me for like who I was, where I was at, and I don't know how else to describe it. I feel like I don't want to make it like a skin color thing, but like I don't know if it's just the way like I don't know, but I will tell you like meeting his family and being welcomed into it, I've never felt so heard, so seen, so beautiful, even when I looked my ugliest. Like I feel like I learned a lot about myself spending time with them. I built confidence from spending time with them. And I will tell you this, I don't know how anybody could be freaking racist on this planet because my baby daddy's family and the people I've met, like even their extended family, I've never met more accepting and beautiful people in my whole life. I am so proud to be related to them. I am so proud to have a daughter with him because I feel like his family has taught my family a lot about healing through my addiction. They did. And about because so many relationships were so broken between me and like my family members. My sister wouldn't talk to me for a long time. Nobody trusted me. And it was like a balance that was needed between everybody being so hard on me, but also like having a little bit of compassion because my family never enabled me. I will tell you that much. But sometimes I feel like they took it to like the extreme of even taking away kindness, if that makes sense, or even like, I don't know. But I also see how like done and frustrated they were. Um, but I feel like they kind of taught my family on like how to be supportive when I first got sober. I don't know. I just love that family. I love them so much. And I'm better because I know them. I'm a better person because I know them. I don't know. I don't know if this is like boring anybody. I'm sorry. There's nothing wrong with that. No one signs telling you otherwise. Thank you. Let me scroll up and make sure I didn't miss anything. I just want to scroll up. Okay, let me pull up our chat on my iPad. Okay. Scrolling. We could do Marty notes when stuff cools down tomorrow and if booty is boring AF. I think that's what we should do. I don't feel like tonight's the night to do the Marty notes, if that makes sense. But I have them and I was there. Age gap shouldn't take away how someone feels. I mean, no, it shouldn't. But I have to acknowledge that there's definitely an age gap and I feel it. I feel like where I can still change my ways and adapt, like I can adapt to any situation. I really can. Um, I'm open to change. I'm open to seeing things in a different perspective. And he's very set in his ways. Does that make sense? Yeah, I don't know how else to word it. It's not that like I feel like I'm with a 90-year-old or something, like, and no hate if you're with a 90-year-old. Um, that's not what I mean. I just definitely feel it where think he's not open to changing certain things that like I would definitely need worked on. Like I don't like being all up in the mix in my real life on YouTube. I love finding out what's going on. I love getting the tea. I love learning about the drama even if I don't want to be in it. Um for the most part. But like in real life, I don't want to always be up in the mix of things. Like there was a story that I don't know if I want to share, but like I think Aaron, I don't know. I'll have to think about if I want to share this. One specific thing happened on that didn't happen regarding me. It's how he dealt with a situation, actually with a drunk driver. That's all I'll say. And I personally wouldn't have handled it that way or got myself involved like that, if that makes sense. There was a drunk driver on a road cutting all these cars off, and yeah, and the police, I guess, weren't getting there in time. Anyways, like I don't want to make it sound like he like unalive the drunk driver or something like that. It's not at all about that. But like he handled a situation differently than I would have. And he just can be all up in the mix of things or want to be the person to handle things or to, I don't know how else to describe it, but like we just are very different in our approaches with things. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not trying to be like Superman. Like, I want to help who I can help, if that makes sense, and make a difference how I can. But like, I'm not personally putting on the cape to be in control of every situation that I probably shouldn't be trying to control. Maybe that's how I should have worded it. Like, I'm not trying to put on, I'm not a police officer, right? So I'm not trying to put on a badge and take some handcuffs and whatever else and go patrol and take care of everything that the police aren't going to take care of or can't. Does that make sense? Like that wouldn't be very wise of me, right? Like I'm not the police. I'm not Superman. I'm not God. I'm just one person who tries to make a difference how I can. But like I can't personally save every situation physically or try to. Okay, yeah, so we're just very different in how we handle things. And like, I don't like confrontation all the time. I don't want to be up in the mix of things all the time. Do you want to know what I'm doing when I'm not on YouTube? I help animals. I go on scooter rides. I make bracelets with my daughter. I'm a mom. And when I'm not doing any of those things, I like to watch reality TV in my pajamas. That's what I like to do. I don't have much more excitement going on than that. Occasionally, I'll go to the hookah lounge. Sometimes I'll go out with like a friend from high school that like I still like and don't think is weird, or things like that. But like I went to the haunted hayride with a really good friend. But like other than that, like I'm not out every weekend. I'm not up to new shit in the club, in the bar, wherever else every day. Like I'm so normal and calm, and I don't have any shit going on in my life. Like we play very different roles. We play very different roles. Yeah. And I don't know if I could be Superman's sidekick every day, if that makes sense. I think that I would take a lot on as a person and like it would just break me. I don't know. Hopefully I worded everything correctly. Hopefully. Do you guys have any questions? I'll read the chat right now. Sometimes when I talk, I look up into outer space because it helps me focus. And I don't know if anybody else is like that, but like I have to look at something and focus on it. Like right now, I'm looking at the ceiling, but I'm going to look at the chat. But when I'm like deep in thought, I have to concentrate on something or else the thoughts won't even come out. Jealous you're able to have gorgeous weather 12 months of the year to do outdoor activities and not freeze your ass off. Yeah, we were supposed to go to San Diego this weekend. I don't think that's happening. I don't know. It still might happen. We are talking about it tomorrow, but like, I don't know if it's a California thing, but like when it rains, suddenly none of the kids feel good. And like it ended up raining later today. And so now everybody doesn't feel good. But I feel like that's just what happens in California, like with us California people who aren't used to the rain all the time. Like it rains and suddenly you think you're dying. Like it rains and people forget how to drive. I don't know. It's just weird when it rains. So I don't know if we're still going. If not this weekend, maybe we could pull it off next week. And we have really good weather. I mean, just last week and the week before, it was still 83 degrees during the day. It gets really cold at night. Well, cold for me. San Diego is beautiful. It really is. Hold on. I'm going to look at what our weather was today. Well, today it wasn't that warm. It was 68. It was 68. Um, but like just last week, if you, I don't know, I don't watch the Weather Channel, but I'm sure some people still do. Like our weather was like 83 during the day. And at night, let's see what it drops down to. Like right now, I'm under a heating blanket, by the way. It's 52 degrees, and that's way too cold for me. Way too cold. I feel like I live my best life around 70, like 70, 75. That's great to me. When it snows, people do forget how to drive. Motorola for me. Joe, Hugh, and Lisa, do any of you use a Samsung? I'm having access issues to modules from my phone. Oh, can one of you guys help Mandy, please? The drive down from the coast from LA is beautiful. I bet it is. I need to go back east. Most of my family is from Massachusetts. Well, not most of them now, but like my relatives, like my aunts and uncles and grandparents and stuff, they were from a little place called Fall River, Massachusetts. I don't know how it is now. I don't know if it's filled with crime now. I don't know what it is. So growing up, I always heard how amazing it is back east, except for the winters. I don't think my grandparents were a big fan of the cold. I think that's why they moved to California. But they were talking about, what did my grandparents call them? Going sledding on toboggans or something about toboggans. I don't know. Anyways, they had like the coolest stories from like back east, and like you would never meet people like from Fall River, Massachusetts, and it's just different back east. And whenever they would complain about California, it would be like, oh, it's not like this back east, but like they moved to California, so they must wanted to be here for a reason. But so, anyways, I always thought it would be cool um, to go to Fall River, Massachusetts. And I know there's a Lizzie Borden bed and breakfast. Well, my grandpa's, it's a whole story. But like my grandpa's, somebody, sister in law, brother in law, something in law, was related. It was Lizzie Borden's cousin. And I wish I asked more questions. I wished I asked a lot more questions. Like, God, the things I would ask now. But like when you're hearing these things as a kid, like I didn't really care who Lizzie Borden was. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I always remember hearing about her and like people talking about her when they came over, but like I didn't care who Lizzie Borden was as a kid. Like I just didn't. Now at 40, I would have so many questions, but I do remember him saying before that nobody, what did he say? Somebody asked, well, do you think she really did it? He's like, I don't really know. He's like, it could have, I don't really know. I don't think anybody really know. But so I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, my whole point is I would really like to go back east. I really would. We were just chatting. Hey, Day, how do I say it? Defiend? Defiend? Did I say it right? We're just having, I didn't mean to stay on this long. I didn't mean to like be like this and just talk about everything and everything. But like I said, I don't know. When it's late at night and the lights are off and I'm under a heated blanket, I don't know. The unfiltered raw breezy comes out. So, okay, do you guys have any questions about anything? I'm scrolling up too to make sure I didn't miss anything. I lived near the Lizzie Borden. You did? Wow. That must be really interesting. Is it haunted? I know the Lizzie Borden bed and breakfast is supposed to be haunted. Is that where Lizzie Borden actually lived? Well, either way, I hear it's haunted. Have you ever seen anything or felt anything? I'm genuinely curious. I think if I lived near there, I would be like ghost hunting every day. I've heard it was. That's what I've heard too. That's what I've heard too. I don't know. It'd be really cool. One of these days, I'll make it back east. One of these days. I don't know when. Hopefully, it's before I die. I'd really like to eventually be, that got dark, but I'd really like to eventually be able to say that, like, I overcame my fear of flying. I would really like to say that because I'm so freaking strong in every aspect of my life. Like, why can I not get on an effing plane? But, you know, one of these days I'll overcome it. No, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you so much. I wish I was more like hyper and woohoo, but it's like 1 a.m. and it's been a long day. It's just a fun day for the most part, just a long day. But if you guys don't have any questions for me, I'll come back on tomorrow and I guess we'll talk about the Marty notes if you still want to know. Um, but I think you have a general idea of what happened, and I just hope people stop meddling. Just in general, just in general. I think I don't, question, when you call me a normie, is that bad? No, no. Um, So a normie and like recovery lingo is for like somebody who doesn't have addictions to like drugs and alcohol, right? So like when we're talking about our family when we're in recovery, or our friends and we refer to them as normies, it's like the person who has their shit together, unlike me. At least for me, that's how I mean it. Like a normie is literally somebody who has their shit together, unlike me. So that's that. But yeah, it's not a bad thing at all. I would be honored to be called a normie. I would. I okay. I'm like, I wish people could say that about me. I really wish. Oh my gosh. I wish I was a normie. Actually, I don't know. I don't know. I think what I went through made me the person that I am today. So, um, I don't know. I wish I didn't have to learn everything so hard, and I wish some of my battles were like a tad easier, but I don't know if I'd go back and I don't know. I don't know. You know what? I wouldn't change that I had a problem if I could go back and fix things. I would have got help a lot sooner. If I could go back and change things, I would get help a lot sooner, and I would have never let it get to the point where I was separated from my daughter. I would have never let it get that bad. But I recognize things had to happen the way they did for a reason. And to be honest, because things happened the way they did, I have a whole extended family. I feel like it made me and my daughter's relationship like so close. Like so close. Like, yes, a mother and daughter, like when they're young, oftentimes like you guys are close, right? But like I feel like we had an experience that like not a lot of people get or have gone through. And so it's almost like we have this like little secret of why we're so bonded. It's weird. I don't know how to describe it, but like I learned a lot from addiction. I learned a lot. I learned a lot. So I don't know if I'd go back and make me like without problems. I would have just made me go back and get help sooner. Like the first time somebody told me I had a problem, I should have just went and got help, whatever that looked like. I'm glad to watch college football and wrap 40 Christmas presents. Is that what you're doing right now? That's cool. See, that sounds like a well, minus the football. I'm not a football person, but that sounds like a perfect evening to me. In fact, I need to get on my Christmas presents. I need to. I'm thankful for the variety of friends I have in my circle. We also learn from others. That's cool. If we're all the same and none of us have gone through any struggles in life, like what are we learning from each other, right? I don't know. I think it's cool to have friends of all walks of life. Like I will never be that person who has to like who will be like snooty, like you can never have an addiction problem. You can't do it. Like I have friends of that are recovered. I have friends still in addiction, and I'm a phone call away for any of them. Um, I'm not perfect myself at all. At all. I'm just sober now. So like I don't know. I don't wouldn't want anybody to not be friends with me because of like my past. Like that sucks. People change, people grow. There's certain things I think that are in people's past that like I wouldn't F with even if it was. And there's just certain cases I think it's like that for everybody. There's certain things I can't look past, like if you've harmed a child or anything like that. Like I obviously that's unforgivable to me, but like addiction problems, like, we've all had some sort of addiction. Like I think everybody could be addicted to something, whether it's lip gloss, soda, coffee. I drink way too much soda, but in my defense, it helps my ADHD and I really freaking healthy. So yeah. But like people can be addicted to nicotine. They could be addicted to sex, to gambling, to shopping, to whatever. That you could be addicted to literally anything these days. Or in general, not even these days. So you could just the internet. You could be addicted to the internet, to Prawn Hub, whatever. So we all struggle with something. We all do. And what's important is we learn from each other. And if you've ever been through a struggle and you see a family member or friend heading down the same path, we say, hey, been there, done that. You might not want to go down this path. U of M versus OSU. Go, Michigan. Yes, I don't, I'm sure they're amazing. Go, Michigan. Woohoo. I hope you win. Okay, that's my football moment. Go Bama, roll tide, Joe. Oh, go Bama. You know what? Well, I'd say I hope all the teams wins, but I guess it can't like work out that way. Like somebody has to win in a game. So whoever you are rooting for, I hope they win too. Sending you positive vibes. Diet Coke. Oh god. Diet Coke and Coke Zero are so good. So good. I even really like ginger ale, but that doesn't have caffeine. I just like the taste of it. And it's really good when you're sick. I might text you to bring me backup tape. Oh no. It can be impossible some years and others I'm in a better headspace. This was a good year. Well, that's good. Aaron said, I got you, Mandy. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Sorry again that I wasn't like super hyper, but tomorrow will be like a woohoo stream where I could be loud and, you know, doing cartwheels or something. So I'm gonna go to bed for now. If it's 1:05 or later than that where you are, you should probably go to sleep too. Unless you're going to work, please don't go to sleep. All right, have a great day, great evening wherever you are, and I will see you guys when I wake up. Bye, you guys. Thank you again, and thank you, Lisa, for the bits. Bye, Aaron. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad it was a good stream. All right, bye, you guys.